Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. Hope you're all well. It's DC here, and I've got a new little series I'm bringing out called Red Flags Within Jiu-Jitsu Academies. I'm going to do this in a series, and each video I'm going to do 3 red flags, and we're going to look at what those red flags are, what they mean, and what you should be looking out for when you're going to a jiu-jitsu club for the first time, or if you're involved in a jiu-jitsu club, it's the first club you've been to, you've never been to another club, so you don't know, you just think that this is what all jiu-jitsu clubs are like. So hopefully this video helps and gives you an insight into where you should be at in the modern day of Brazilian jiu-jitsu or submission grappling. So the first one's going to be lock-in contracts. If you're in a lock-in contract, you should get out of that club ASAP. This is a major red flag because it's not only is it that they're locking you into payments for a year, even if you're not training. If you're locking if your club is locking people into contracts, generally that means they're insecure in the way that they are delivering their product. And by product, I mean their environment, their community, their training, their tuition, all the things that go within a jiu-jitsu club. Are they flexible with their classes or not? Etc, etc. Those are other things that we'll get into in other videos, but lock-in contracts to me show a massive insecurity within the club. If the club is insecure with the product that they're delivering, then they themselves are not even happy with what they're giving you. They have to lock you in. You should not be getting locked into a contract. In fact, I've heard of clubs, this is crazy, but I've heard of clubs offering 1-day free trials and then locking people in after that 1 day. People haven't even had a chance to even see if the club is where they want to be, feel the culture of the club, and they're already getting locked in. And another one I heard of the other day, which just blew my mind, which was not even a free trial. They're charging people for the free trial. So you have to pay like $50 to do a week or $50 to do a class to see if you like the club before they lock you in. I mean, this is ridiculous. Don't do it. If you get prompted to do it, even if you like the club, you go, oh yeah, look, it feels like it's a good club for me. And they say, we're going to lock you in. There's going to be a bunch of terms and conditions within that lock-in contract. Maybe you turn around and get injured. You can't train for 6 months and they're still charging you for 6 months because you're locked into that contract. Maybe you lose your job and all of a sudden you've got a payment coming out and they're not willing to work within you because your financial situation has changed. And they're just like, you're locked in, you got to pay. So they are more about getting money from you than they are about you being a student of jiu-jitsu. All right, number 2 is going to be cross-training. If your club doesn't allow cross-training or if they're uncomfortable with you training at other clubs, you should leave. You're a student of the club, you're a paying participant within a club. You're the one who's paying the money to be there. And you cross-training in another club is not a disrespectful thing to your club. Especially, if you have an affinity to that club, you enjoy going there, you want to be a part of the club, but you have friends, family, maybe you met someone at a competition, maybe you've got friends that started jiu-jitsu in another state or in another city and they got you into jiu-jitsu and now you want to go train with them once a week or once a month or whatever. You should be able to do that. That's part of what jiu-jitsu is. It's a wider community, and you can't build communities if you build walls. So we need to understand that students, as an instructor, we need to understand that students want to go train with their friends. They want to go experience different things on the mat, and that's okay. That's fine. If your club is not allowing you to do that, again, insecurity from the instructor. Probably some underlying issues there. Maybe they're not confident within their own skills, the community, environment, the technical aspects of their training or the classes that they're delivering. So they're trying to build walls around you so you can't see over them. Hey, stay within these walls. Don't look outside these walls. If you do, you might see something better. You might see something that's been done and they feel like you're going to leave, even though you probably wouldn't leave. If you're not able to go and cross-train, that's a major red flag. If you have to go and even ask your instructor to go and train at another club, you're probably in the wrong place. My guys are more than welcome to go train at other clubs and they don't need to come and ask me. I'm not their dad. I'm just a jiu-jitsu instructor. And oftentimes they'll come in over a weekend and tell me that I went here, I went there, and we have a discussion about what they learned, how the club was, who they were going to see, and then we just move on because it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. It's fantastic for the students. They get to meet new people and open door policies. Does your club have an open door policy? This ties into the same red flag, right? We have an open door policy here at DC Jiu-Jitsu. We have plenty of people coming in from all different clubs. Many times they come in for one class. We don't charge them. They just come down, they train. We love having different people on the mat for our guys to train with. And so we have an open door. Anyone can come and go. So if your club is a closed door policy club and they don't allow you to cross train, that's a massive red flag. Okay guys, the last one is going to be a tricky one. I'm going to tie a couple of different things into here, and this is guruism. And this is something that I despise in jiu-jitsu. I hate guruism. I cannot stand it when people put themselves above other people just because they are good at something. Your job as an instructor is to not lord yourself over your students. It is to be the first among equals, right? So what does that mean? In my position, I am still a student of jiu-jitsu. Even though I run a club and I facilitate a club, and I have done for 16 years, I still see myself as a student of jiu-jitsu. Guruism to me is one of the worst factors in jiu-jitsu. People that believe that they are better than other people. This is a massive one too. You can tell I don't like personally lining people up in ranks and then having black belts at the front and everyone else. To me, that's guruism. When you walk into an academy and you see photos on the wall and you bow to people that you don't know, why are you bowing to a photo of a guy you never met, right? They're putting themselves out there to be something bigger than they are. If they demand you to respect them, if they demand you to look up to them, if they demand you to be like, you know, look at me, I'm the man, and then you're down here, I'm up here sort of thing, I cannot stand this in jiu-jitsu. And we should be getting rid of it, and it is a major red flag. Part of being a guru is fake humility, fake respect, and the way that these gurus come out and they get that fake respect and that fake humility is that they don't roll. You never see these people rolling. You never see them on the mat rolling. You never see them on the mat training. You never see them in vulnerable positions on the mat. And the reason is because they don't want to be, because they want to uphold this aura of invincibility. If you are in a club with a guy who doesn't roll, who you never see sweating, who never puts in an effort, who never jumps on the mat with you and trains with you, who will never train with a lower belt than the belt that they are, who stands up in front of a class and demands that you bow down to them, stands up at the front of the class, demands that you bow to photos of people that you don't know, stands up at the front of the class, lines people up into lines and creates divisions within belts and things like that. These are all forms of guruism, and these are all brainwashing techniques that people use to elevate their own status within the community that they're in. And if you're in a club like that, you got to go straight away. Do not hang around with those people. They are snake oil salesmen, and they will suck money out of you. Their whole existence within jiu-jitsu is based on fabrication. I'm not saying that you need to be training under the best guy in the country, but or even competitors. You don't need to compete to be a good jiu-jitsu instructor, obviously, but you definitely need to see these people rolling, see what their skill level is like on the mat when they're rolling, see how they approach the fact that when they get beaten or they get put in bad positions, how they react to those positions and how they react to being beaten on the mat in training. And also, if they are too old, let's say your instructor is an older dude, is there footage of him rolling? Because there is lots of guys out there that have footage of them doing seminars. There's lots of guys out there with footage of them doing techniques and putting out videos, but is there just raw footage of those guys rolling on the mat? And if not, why not? There should be. If you've been doing something for 30, 40 years, surely there's a video of you doing the thing that you say that you're doing. So yeah, be careful of guruism and shut it down by leaving those clubs because they are toxic environments. So guys, there is 3 red flags. I'm going to do another 3 in another video coming up soon. So let's recap. We have lock-in contracts. They are a big red flag. We have no cross-training and no open-door policy. Huge red flag. And guruism. Does your instructor put themselves in vulnerable positions, or do they elevate themselves to a higher status within the club based on their belt but not results on the mat? If so, get out of there. They're red flags. Hit the road. There's plenty of jiu-jitsu clubs, plenty of great places to go and train where you don't have to put up with any of that sort of stuff. Red Flags, Volume 1. Volume 2 coming soon. Peace, guys.